Hey, what's up, folks? How's it going? This is Avit here, and welcome to DevOps Challenge Hub. And let's start with today's interview question. So today's interview question is: what is the difference between a public and private IP in EC2, and why do you need a private IP? When instance already having public IP, why do you need a private IP, or why do we need private IP at all? So let's have a look at the instance running. So I have started one demo web instance, and it's running on EC2 on AWS Cloud. This is to instance having public IP 3.138.137.96 and private IP 172.31.12.155. Now, uh, so what is public IP? Public IP is routable over internet, assigned automatically or manually. So when you start the instance, when you launch an instance, automatically it will be assigned public IP. Private IP also, it will be automatically assigned. It's used within a VPC, not routable over the internet. VPC, virtual private cloud, we'll discuss later. So virtual private cloud is a private inside the cloud. Like let's say it's a your private area in the cloud. Okay, it's a virtual private cloud, and there are some machines which won't be accessible from outside internet. Okay, and but like in the virtual private cloud, you have, let's say, two machines, one having access to the public IP or elastic IP, and internet user can access that machine. That's the front end. Backend may be database. User doesn't need direct access to the backend. Only front end needs to talk with the backend. So in that case, front end and backend, for example, can which are in internet can talk to front end which is having public IP. Also, it has a private IP. Okay, and this guy can talk to the database, which is having only private IP. Right? This database should not be accessed by the user in the internet. So it's having private IP, so it's not routable. So from outside, outside, like from internet, from public IP, public network, it's not accessible. This database is not accessible. So user will connect to front end. Front end will connect to database, will get the data and show it on the UI, which user will be able to see on the show it on the browser. So this is the private using private IP. It will be connecting with the database. So that's why front end needs public IP and private IP, because using private IP it will talk to the database. Database having only private IP, and public IP, using public IP, it will talk to the user. Okay. So what are the advantages, like difference between public and private IP? Public IP scope is accessible over internet. Private only within the VPC or internal network. Assignment, it assigned automatically or manually. Private, assigned when instance is launched. Access, enable internet access if routed. It is used for internal communication. Cost, public IP may incur cost if it is elastic IP. If dynamic IP, it won't cost anything. When you launch instance here, whatever I have launched, it's a dynamic IP. If I reboot the machine or if I stop it and start it again, this IP address will change. It's a public IP, but it's a dynamic IP. That means it is not a elastic IP. It is not a static IP. If I can attach elastic IP also, but elastic IP will cost some money, right? Elastic IP will cost some charges. Private IP usually remains the same. Even if I reboot the machine, if I stop and start the machine, it will usually remains the same. Where will you need private IP and why? You will need private IP for internal communication between EC2 instance within a VPC, such as a server communicating with a database server. Load balancer talking to backend server. Load balancer talking to backend server. Microservice inside the same network. Inside the same network, microservices will talk to each other using private IP. Why? Because private IPs are secure, faster, and don't expose internal systems to public internet. They are secure, faster, and don't expose internal system to public internet. So what happens to public IP? Let's go to the quiz section. What happens to public IP when non-elastic EC2 instance is stopped and restarted? It stays same, it is permanently deleted, it is reassigned automatically, may change, it becomes private IP. Answer is C, it reassigned automatically and may change. When you have a public IP and which is a non-elastic IP, instance is stopped and restarted. Suppose here, this public IP what I have for this demo web instance, if I stop it and restart this one, then it may change this public IP. Okay. In which scenario would you typically use private IP? To access EC2 from a home laptop, to internal communication between app and DB server? Answer is for internal communication between app and DB server. So that's it for today. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please also follow my DevOps Challenge Hub page on the LinkedIn. I conduct quiz and also conduct contest. You can participate in the contest and follow WhatsApp channel and stay updated of any new announcement. And thank you for watching this video and see you again in the next video.